I was really flying pretty fast, maybe a 6-minute mile, and all of a sudden the idea of maybe a spring would help me out and make me faster, and I never thought of it maybe alleviating all the impact. And a lot of people ask me, how did you think of a spring? And I said, well, I really have no idea, except I kind of think, and this is just theory, that my wife was real close to the Lord and said, can I help Al down there with all those children? And the Lord says, yeah, go ahead. So she gave me, she said, think of a spring. And so that's where that happened to come from, I think, because I definitely wasn't thinking of how to analyze anything, like what would really be the best, component to my shoe to make it really cut the impact, or maybe give me energy return. And that may be all wrong anyway, because you know what? I think if it was her, she would have known that it would have cost a lot of money, and she would have given me the Powerball number. But that's theory. But anyway, after that, after my first thought of the spring, it became an obsession with me. I would run from as soon as I finished the run, I'd go to the grocery stores or to anybody that was carrying athletic books, like Sportsman or basketball shoes, or it carried any kind of shoes in it. And I thought maybe they'd mentioned something with a spring in it. It was dead silence, nothing. And that happened for 2 years. And in those 2 years, all I could think about was the spring, but I wasn't about to do it because I had done some manufacturing before, like a little girl's coat that had raglan sleeves and worked really well. But when I took it to the manufacturer, it came back, was fit for ladies. So you could see how far off I was. And I thought, man, I'd never be able to make a shoe. There's only so many little inches difference from one size to another. I'd never get the sizes right. So I didn't think I should ever try and do a shoe. And but then one day, my brothers were talking about, and I came upon them, they were talking about shoes for some reason, which is really kind of intriguing, because one of them wasn't even in the shoe business, but the other one was a little bit, and they were saying how the Nikes look really good and how the Reeboks really look good. And I said, you guys are nuts. I said, I could make a better shoe than either one of those guys. And one of my brothers, who's kind of he always has an answer for everything, he says, well, if you're so smart, Al, why don't you do it? And now he tells me that he was not badgering me, but that he was trying to help me and encourage me to do it. So, but I let him think that too anyway. So anyway, and maybe he was. But anyway, now when I went out and ran, I would think about where I was going to go and how fast I was going to run the run, whether it was a 6-miler or a 10-miler. And then I would think about the spring. But then after I thought about the spring, then I would think about what my brother was saying. And I could only stand that for about 10 months. Can you imagine a guy telling you, well, if you think you're so smart, do it. And I just couldn't stand it anymore. So I said, okay, I will. I'll go ahead and try and make a shoe. Getting the Z-CoiL was very exciting. But there's a lot more excitement to come. And we'll have those in following excerpts.